everybody, I'm Amalie and I'm going to be baking a Victoria sponge cake today, so let's get baking. First you'll need your 150 grams of margarine and 150 grams of caster sugar in a bowl. Next, you'll need to cream it up, but before you do that, make sure an adult knows you're mixing it. And just before we mix it, don't put your fingers in while it's whisking, otherwise your fingers will really hurt afterwards, or they might be chopped off. Okay, so you need to put your oven on 180 degrees Celsius. And we can line or grease our tin. I'm going to be lining mine. But you can use margarine. If you are using parchment paper, there is a very easy hack you can use rather than faffing around cutting it into a circle and putting it in. So you get your bottom base of the tin and your parchment paper, lie it on top, and get your side of the tin and place it so it just places in, and then you want to lock it so it's tight, and then there's these flappy bits. You're just going to fold them in like so. Next you'll need to beat 3 eggs into a mug or a jug or wherever you've got. So 3 eggs need to be cracked into a mug, bowl or jug. And make sure there's no shells in there. Now beat them together. Once they have been beaten, you want to put your mixer on again and put some egg in and flour at the same time. Bit of egg and then a bit of flour. And then once you've got a bit left, just pour it all in and then add all the flour. And if it's really liquidy, then add more flour, but just let it cream up into shape. Finally, you need to add your vanilla extract in, about a couple of teaspoons of vanilla extract. So 1, now the next. Now you're going to taste your mixture to see if it's very vanilla-y or not vanilla at all. So only a little finger. Mine is perfect. Now you'll need to wash your hands so your germs don't go into your mixture. Now you've washed your hands and dried them, you're going to pour the mixture into your tin. Take the bowl off and pour it in. Save the best bit, which is licking the bowl, to the end, so I'm just going to put it by the side. Now getting another spatula, smoothing the cake mixture out, so when you take it out the oven, it's not all bumpy. Now my cake is ready. My oven is preheated at 180 degrees, so now get an adult to put it in the oven. We're going to leave the cake in for 20 to 25 minutes and keep checking on it. Now for the best bit, licking out the bowl. Now my cake has come out the oven. I've let it cool for about 5 minutes. So now I'm going to see if it's fully baked. So get a pointy thing, it could be an end of a spoon or anything. Put it into the middle of the cake, let it come out, and it should come out clean if it's baked, but if it's not baked, it will come out with all the mixture. And just to see if it has risen, if you get 2 fingers and push it down on the cake, your cake should rise. We're going to get a knife and just take it away from the tin so it won't all collapse. So now we've released it from the tin. We've got a cake stand. It can be a low one or it can be a tall one. So we're going to place it on top and move it towards us, and we're going to get this buckle here and just release it so it will become wider, and your cake should come out. We've left the bottom bit on until it's fully cooled down so it won't be so delicate to handle. So now our cake has been released from the tin. We're going to tip it over. So I'm going to carefully tip it over, and we don't want to drop it, otherwise that would be bad. Okay. And now we want to get, it can be a sharp knife or a non-sharp knife. It depends what you want to use. And get the bottom and just carefully cut it. And you want to go slow, not really fast, otherwise the cake could just crumble. So my cake is all done. We're going to flip it the other way around, or we can keep it this side. We're going to cut it in half, or if you made 2 batches, you've got already it in half. So it would be better if you use a sharp knife, but make sure you use an adult or an older sibling to cut it. So once you've cut your cake, you're going to get a plate, and then we're going to put 1/2 on our bottom of the tin, just so it won't use a lot of plates for washing. So this is very, very delicate, as you can see, and I'm going to get something better than my hands so it will support it. So a good thing to use would be one of these. So I'm going to slide them in like that, where each of them are. I'm going to do the opposite one like that, then place it on there. So now we've got the top of the lid off, we're going to put jam and cream in. I've cleaned my bowl and my paddle. Now I'm going to add 150 grams of butter, 200 grams of icing sugar. This is all you need for buttercream. Now I'm going to mix it up. Get a dollop of buttercream, put it on your sponge, spread your buttercream over the sponge. put your jam on. Put your lid on. Country road, take me home. Finally, sprinkle some icing sugar on. Voila! My Victoria sponge cake.
Good cake.